dish is so good. I could eat this dish every single day for the rest of my life. Let's see what's happening on the news. Who doesn't love a fresh hake dish? The hake is one of Chile's most important fish. Sadly, this is threatened by overconsumption in the region. Thanks to the new, fun, creative, and informative documentary starring Mac Efron and Darwin Olan, for legal reasons, people from all over the world, especially Chile, have been more mindful of their consumption of this and other marine species. If you're interested in learning more about overfishing in Chile, go check out this new, fun, creative, and informative documentary now available on Chileflix. So, next time you're eating that delicious hake dish, be more conscious of your actions. Well, now with the weather, take it away, Joe. Imagine a healthy ocean, the sound of the waves, full of marine life and fresh waters. Oceans, home to more than 80% of the world's biodiversity. But how long do we have until this becomes just an imagination? We need to act now. My name is Zak Efron, and that is why my friend Darwin and I will be traveling to one of the most important marine protected areas in the world, the Nazca Desventurada Park. You know, it's very interesting how Chile used to be one of the nations that struggled, and well, relatively still struggling with overfishing, but has also seen one of the greatest results after taking action upon the issue. Thanks to Chile's geographical location and long coast, Chile forms part of the top 10 most important fishing countries, mainly recognized for being the second largest producer of salmon in the world and the large exportations in marine products. The extensive act of overfishing in the country has also led to many species to become overexploited. I even read that it got to the point where in 2014, the Undersecretary of Fisheries declared the hake as depleted. Yeah, it's a serious issue. By dramatically reducing population of one species, this species predators will no longer have anything to feed on, therefore causing the increase of prey species. These will eventually vanish since their large population and demand of food will have resulted in dramatic decrease of their food prey species, and so on until multiple ecosystems have vanished and mankind with them. All of this has led many countries to take action on this issue, Chile being one of the countries demonstrating some of the most promising results. One of the solutions being establishing marine protected areas, like the one we're heading to. After 2 days, we have finally arrived to our destination, and we're very excited. We have a specialist right here with us to tell us more on this project and how it really started. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. So, back in 2013, an expedition to explore Desventuradas Islands was co-led by the Pristine Seas founder, Eric Sala. The goal of the expedition was to record marine life in this environment, as there was almost no scientific information on this area. In this expedition, they were able to find many endemic species and others that were entirely new to the scientific world. These species include endemic sea lions that were thought to be extinct, pound lobsters, and massive fish populations, and more. After this expedition, the scientific reports of this area allowed the people and the government to realize the great importance of this area. So, on October of 2015, the Chilean president announced the creation of the Marine Park. Without it, the world would lose much of its biodiversity. That's why the Nazca Desventurada Marine Reserve serves as a way to protect our oceans through concrete measures. The reserve is the largest one in the Americas, serving about 30,000 kilometers square from its coast until the end. It roughly measures the same size as Italy. So, how has creating a marine reserved area helped with the issue of overfishing? Right, so let's start by defining the issue. Overfishing can be defined as the extreme fishing of a species, leading to their underpopulation and danger of not being able to sustain themselves in this area. By having a long coast and direct exposure to the sea, Chile has been able to benefit from this resource for their economy, food supply, and more. Sadly, the overfishing of 62% of Chile's fisheries has led to the overexploitation and collapse of 72% of its fish species as of 2015. As a result, the government has been working on many solutions and plans to address these problems and decrease the overexploitation of marine life. From the 4% of Chile's sea that were protected, now 40% of Chile's sea are under control of some sort of systematic protection. While some areas do allow fishing, these are extremely regulated and ensured to be sustainable. This has led Chile to be one of the countries with most marine areas protected in the world, next to countries such as the US, Australia, New Caledonia, and New Zealand. MPS, or marine protected areas, are a great tool for combating overfishing, since by preventing destructive activities and illegal fishing on these areas, it allows species to recover and over time even be more numerous. Not only this, but the economy of a region and others is also benefited from MPAs. It's a win-win for everyone. As fish move around and lay eggs outside the MPA, these eggs grow in different areas where fishing is allowed and therefore benefits fish catches. This in turn causes a pro-environment and beneficial spillover effect. Implementing MPAs seem like a great step towards protecting marine life. Have there been any drawbacks or any challenges to this? Well, yes, having to take care of such a large MPA and monitoring this can be difficult as well as expensive. We heavily rely on new technologies that help the surveillance of the area and marine life, so the maintenance of this and workers isn't cheap at all. Not to forget that just because a certain area is heavily restricted, outside human activities such as pollution, mining, and the introduction of invasive species don't affect marine life inside the protected area. They certainly do. This also tends to scare other nations away from the idea of creating MPAs, especially nations that are currently struggling economically or don't have enough resources or local support to establish rigid restrictions around a specific area. However, MPAs are a great investment with profitable results, as you can see. Nations shouldn't be scared of investing money in MPAs, but instead, the risk of not doing so. It's amazing the work that Chile is doing and the leadership role that the nation has taken, especially in South America. Yes, we would like to prove that it is possible to create an impact in our oceans through the implementation of MPAs, just like other countries such as Mexico have done. What do you think has made the implementation of MPAs in Mexico so successful? Yeah, the MPA Cabo de Pulmon National Park is a great example that in order to have a successful MPA, several factors need to come into play. These factors include local support, having the right location, and connectivity in between others. Around the start of the year 2000, scientists started studying this region's biomass up until now. The results have been shocking as they have demonstrated that under these 20 years, the MPA was able to result in the growth of 465% of the biomass. Now, Cabo Pulmo is considered one of the best conservations both inland and sea in the entire world, with so far the largest biomass increase observed by scientists in a protected area. Hopefully, this is able to prove to other countries that change is possible with the right mindset and action plan. Definitely, MPAs are capable of being great tools for really most countries that rely heavily on fishing from all over the world. Thank you so much for this lovely evening and showing us this amazing place.